Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome to Animal Talk with Rachel. I'm your host, Rachel, and today we'll be talking about two creepy birds that I get mixed up all the time. So if you find them creepy, or even if you don't, keep watching to figure out which is which. First is appearance. Emus are the second largest bird in the world, only second to the ostrich. They can be 5 to 6 feet tall, so if you can imagine, ostriches are even bigger. So one factor to tell which is which is emus are smaller, ostriches are bigger. Emus weigh considerably less than ostriches too. Emu's lifespan is 10 to 20 years in the wild. Emus and most other animals, their lifespan will increase greatly when they're in zoos because there's less dangers in a zoo. Emus also have 3 toes, and ostriches only have 2. So if you can see their feet, emus have 3 toes and ostriches have 2. One key factor that I like to use is their heads. Emus have a very dark colored head, and ostriches have almost white looking heads. So that's one easy way to tell which is which. Like I said earlier, ostriches are the biggest bird in the world. They can be 4 to 9 feet tall. That is very tall. Like I said earlier, they can weigh a lot more than emus, to 140 to 320 pounds. Their lifespan is considerably longer too in the wild. And again, like I said earlier, ostriches have 2 toes while emus have 3. Next, let's talk about the feathers. Female ostrich feathers are lighter, and male ostrich feathers are very dark, almost black, and they have white wings. So if you see a bird with a white head and light feathers, it's probably a female ostrich, and if you see a white head with dark feathers, it's probably a male ostrich. Emus in general have light gray feathers. With emus, it's very hard to tell which is female and which is male. Now, in the mating season, females' heads will turn a bluish color. So if it's in that season, you could be able to tell which is which, but most of the time it's pretty hard. You know what time it is? It's time to tell which is which. Can you guess? Well, I mixed it up this time. The one on the left and the top right are ostriches, and the one on the bottom right is an emu. One key factor is their heads. That's the main way I tell which is which. Now you can also tell with these ostriches which is male and which is female. The one on the top right is a male, and you can tell by its black feathers with white wings. And the one on the left is a female, and you can tell this by her grayish-brown feathers. Here are some other facts that you might know. There is actually only one species of emu, and they live in Australia. That's another way you can tell which is an emu and which is an ostrich. Most of the time, zoos will group animals by where they come from. So emus will be with other Australian animals, like kangaroos, koalas, and things like that, while ostriches will probably be by other African animals, like elephants and zebras. Emus can run at 30 miles per hour when they're sprinting. That is really fast. There are actually 5 species of ostriches, and they all live in Africa. Ostriches can run faster than emus, partly because they have longer legs, at 45 miles per hour. That is super fast. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything new, and comment below if you find them creepy. Thanks again, and see you next time on Animal Talk with Rachel.